Welcome back, trekkers. Today we're going to be doing a original video that no other YouTuber has ever done with a different theme, a happy theme that no other YouTuber has ever done.
What's up, trekkers? We're back.
Oh!
Whoa! Alright, so we took off the pink because I don't want it to show through on the camo. Just a stupid joke that I had a while back on this gun. So now we're going to paint it. I'm thinking we're going to just go with a tiger stripe. The problem is I could not replicate this whole thing, and we have a new Surefire scout light on here, so taped off the light, taped out the barrel, and then just like the numbers on the primary arms LPVO, right? So it's nothing you haven't seen before, just doing this the same way I used to do it at work, and we're just going to hit this with a coat, and then we're just gonna do the striping right after. Super simple. Bring this in on the gun. We got the lovely Braden on the camera here. You see my feet in there? All right, so this, we've got the camo tan, the camo green, the camo brown. That's all we're doing. I don't care about the Surefire's resale value. I don't care about any of it. Camo's cool, so we're gonna paint it just like my water bottles and everything else we do. With that, we're gonna start with this base coat of the tan, just like everything else. I don't care about the Surefire, but it feels interesting. Feels interesting to paint, you know, what was it, like $400, $300 of light. Screw the Magpul grip, don't care. All of it. All right, so we got the tan. We are gonna have to let it dry before we flip it. If you don't know, when you're painting like Magpul grips, like I guess like 90% of personal rifles probably have this Magpul grip. It's gonna chip off, so if you're gonna be a stooge about the way you paint your gun and the way it's gonna look in the end, then you might just want to get the color you want and then take it off. For me, I'm not a stooge and I just don't care. I think that the chaos of like the black and everything coming through is exactly what you want, you know, when you're painting your rifle. It's dried, kind of. It's one of those camo paints that just dries really fast, so we're just gonna flip it and go ahead and hit this other side real quick. If you're seeing us miss stuff, I promise I'm getting it off camera. Which one's this? Oh, that would have been bad. Once again, I'm just hitting everything, and a lot of this stuff is gonna come off, and that's okay. I'm not worried about it. A lot of my stuff isn't taped off because it's not actually gonna interrupt the function of my gun. If you're worried about the function of your gun, you're probably not shooting enough rounds through it. And it's nothing a little bit of acetone won't fix, so. All right, a couple other spots maybe, but once again, we're going to let this dry, and then we're gonna go ahead and do bigger stripes with the green, smaller stripes with the brown, and then go for that tiger stripe look. Okay, so it's dried. Probably like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes at the most that you have to wait. We're gonna go ahead and do that green now. And like I said, it's just the tiger stripe, so we're gonna do these big swoops and hopefully get as much as we can. We're gonna start back here. And it doesn't wanna spray good. So I'm gonna keep this all linear for the sake of this. So you're gonna have to come at different angles to get under certain parts of your gun, but also it really doesn't matter. You know, back to the whole Bob Ross thing. Happy mistakes. That already looks 1 million trillion times better. Holy crap, that looks good. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and hit these browns. A big thing that I like to do is keep it next to these other ones. So like maybe there's some overlap, maybe it's like between two of them, and keeping it kind of random. So on this back one, I'm gonna keep it close. Single stripe next to it. This one, I'm gonna try to keep it centered if I can. Oh yeah. Do another centered, close on the far end, cut through it there, and then come on this far end here. And go over everything. That thing looks freaking good. I want the back end here. Oh yeah. And then we'll let that dry and then we'll hit the other side. All right, so if you want, you can try to keep the same spots. I'm not gonna focus on it too hard. I know there's green here, 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 and here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take this green and try to replicate that a little bit. And if it's off, like, it's camo once again. So let's go ahead and get that other side. We already have some not chipping off, but just because of it being on cardboard and not waiting super long. So you could always do it better, but the reality is, you know, it just depends on if you care or not. All right, and then the brown again. All right, guys, so quick, sweet video, right? Getting stuff for you guys to see. We have the Somo Gear Pec. We're not balling just yet, all right? Somo Gear Pec's on here. Surefire is on here. We got the numbers showing, but just about everything else got painted. I'm not worried about the hardware. It's not going to be an issue. If that's something you're worried about, I would just, I mean, for your own sake, you can go the extra mile. But really, just make sure your glass is taken care of. Make sure that your expensive lasers are taken care of, right? Things like that. The flashlight, this thing's freaking bomb-proofed. If I had a Trigicon, I would have painted it, you know what I mean? And I painted this primary arms LPVO. Really, guys, it just comes down to that. You know, it took a little bit of trusting the process to allow myself to want to paint it this way with the tiger stripe, because, you know, when it's all tan, it doesn't really seem like the green and browns are gonna show right. But if you trust that light to dark combination, then you're gonna do really well, right? So if you like the paint job, leave a comment down below. Leave a like on this video, guys. Tried to keep it short and sweet because everybody's done it. That's why we did stupid Bob Ross intro, right? Just keeping you guys in the loop more so than we had for the past 2 years. So hopefully we can keep things going. With that, guys, I'll catch y'all in the next video.